Episode 1 of the Pitt Season 2 starts with a new day dawning. Robbie shows up at work on the 4th of July, and you just know that there's going to be fireworks. It's 7 AM and the waiting room is already packed out. It's going to be another of those days. Now Robbie is actually about to head off on a 3-month sabbatical, and things are a little tense in the ER given his replacement is already here. Welcome to the show, Dr. Baran Al-Hashimi. She's pretty, divorced, and has 1 kid. Baran has gathered all the group over in Trauma 1 to watch how they handle cases. But she's also got big ideas about improving the department through the use of AI. Not only that, she's also got a whole bunch of quality of life improvements that she instituted at the VA she worked at prior to this, which are coming into force here too. These include patient passports. Interestingly, she also used to work with Mel as well, but she's a little preoccupied at the moment. You see, Mel has been off her game, and later on in the episode we find out exactly why. It turns out she's been named in a malpractice lawsuit, and today is a deposition. Santos shrugs it off for her, pointing out that everybody in the hospital is going to be sued at some point, but the hospital cover everybody for this very reason. However, it doesn't really do very much to help dissuade Mel. However, things at the ER are very different from what Baran imagined. She tries to chime in several times with Robbie during a tense surgery scene to steer the interns and residents, but Robbie immediately overrides her. Out in the waiting room, Frank Langdon is back. He shows up at the ER and gets scrubbed up, and he's not the only one who's back though. You see, Dana is also here too, and she gets settled into work. A newbie this season is Emma Nolan, a new grad here to shadow the department, while she and Dana get acquainted, going over the lay of the land and with a special code word, hula hoop, in case she gets into trouble. It doesn't take long for Langdon and Robbie to cross paths. Now Robbie is not in the mood for reunions and decides to take Langdon out of ER and straight into triage. Doing himself no favours here is Louis. You see, Louis is in here with a toothache this time, and alone Langdon admits to him he stole pills 10 months back. Langdon also admits that he was an addict and how he's over it now, but it catches Louis completely off guard. However, he does seem to be okay about Langdon, and he's cool for the doctor to continue treating him too. Meanwhile, someone has left their baby in the restroom. The doctor scrambled to try and work out who's left her, and also check to make sure everything is okay with the babe. Now tensions are flaring up all over the place, including with Javadi and her mum. Dr. Shamsi wants to see her daughter outside of work, but she's intentionally avoiding her. Santos is also here too, boastful and as arrogant as ever. Shamsi takes these frustrations she has out with Robbie, believing her daughter's talents are being wasted. It seems to be a regular occurrence, given Robbie's banter, and there's no chance that Javadi is going to leave anytime soon. Interestingly, we also find out that it's her birthday. While doing the rounds, Robbie overhears Whitaker following his lead and guiding the interns into taking a moment of silence for a lost patient. It's a lovely way of passing the torch on. Now, one of the more serious patients here that looks like it could well spill across multiple episodes is that of 9-year-old Kylie Connors. She took a tumble on the stairs, but she's got nasty bruises all over her. Apparently she got them from soccer. Now, she's also got blood in her urine and a horrific purple bruise on her lower back too. Santos and Perla are obviously concerned and query whether there could be abuse involved. They soon bring Robbie in, with Baran shadowing him the whole time. He agrees with the others over the best course of action here. Now, in the midst of all this chaos, a couple of new patients are brought into the ER. Whether these guys will be relevant for the episodes ahead is unclear, but we'll mention them here anyway. Now, earlier in the episode, Dr. McKay was handling a guy called Mr. Williams. Initially sporting some sort of fracture or sprain in his arm, Williams refused treatment and wanted to give up his bed to other patients. However, upon further examination, it's clear there's something deeper going on with him. Now, Williams actually hit his head while falling initially, and it could well have caused neurological damage, given he's confused and quick to anger. His knee is now hurting too after an X-ray. Outside, Dana and Emma help out a homeless man get scrubbed up and cleaned, following him stinking up the entire waiting room. Now, while he gets cleaned up, 2 new patients are brought to the ER via ambulance. There's 81-year-old Evelyn Botek, who has Alzheimer's. Now, her husband was brought in 30 minutes prior, and unfortunately he's the guy who died with Whitaker and the others in the room. Finally, there's Ali Billings, who had a pallet fall on his arm and he has an open dislocation. It's pretty gnarly and needs treatment quite quickly. Now, the last scene of the episode cuts back to the prenatal ward with the baby. Garcia is here, and so is Baran. Now, Baran spaces out while looking at the babe though, bringing the episode to a close. So the Pitt is back, and 2025's best show has done the unthinkable. It's managed to get a quick turnaround time of under a year before returning to the small screen for its second season. Now this couldn't have come at a better time either, given a lot of shows nowadays are taking 2 or more years to get their next seasons out. Given the lack of special effects in some of these shows, yes, I'm looking at you, Pluribus, it's pretty inexcusable. Now when it comes to the Pitt, this season looks set to spice things up with Baran taking the place of Gloria. However, she's obviously going to have a much more influential say over how the Pitt is being run when Robbie leaves for his sabbatical. And nobody is going to buy that they're changing the name of the Pitt down here either because, well, it's the Pitt. Now Baran is coming in as a new face here, and that means she needs to get up to scratch pretty quickly, especially with the unique way that things are done in this ER. There are pockets of drama and tension popping up all over the place in this first episode, and even this early on, it'll be interesting to see how all of this plays out. Seeing Landon back is a nice touch, although I'm intrigued to see exactly what impact this will have on the place overall. And of course, it's not lost on me that Santos did give him that side-eye glance earlier in the episode. Now, will Robbie need to depend on Langdon at some point when everything goes to hell? Will we see a recurrence of maybe drugs going missing and Langdon being blamed for it? There are, of course, lots of possibilities to where this could potentially go. Either way, the series gets off to an excellent start with great acting and a solid pacing across the hour. Roll on next week. Thanks for watching, and do let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Smash a like or subscribe to the channel, your support is very much appreciated. I'm Greg Wheeler, and from all of us over here at The Review Geek, we'll see you on the next video.